My child, you were led here for a reason. This message is not random, and this moment is not a mistake. You didn't stumble upon these words. Heaven drew you here. Destiny paused your day, interrupted your thoughts, and whispered your name because the Father has something to reveal. You felt it, haven't you? That sense that something deep beneath the surface has been calling you. You've been waking up with questions that won't leave. You've been walking through days that feel like shadows. And now, heaven is speaking. Someone reported you missing. Yes, child. They wrote your name on a stone, they closed the book, and they said you were gone. They mourned you not because you died, but because they thought your purpose did. But you are still alive. Your heart still beats with divine breath. And I, Archangel Michael, come bearing this message from the throne of the Almighty. There is someone buried under your name, but it is not you. It is who the world thought you were. It is who the pain tried to turn you into. It is the version of you that was never your final story. Listen carefully, beloved. Heaven watched every moment you felt invisible. You were not missing, we knew exactly where you were. We saw the days you wanted to disappear. We heard the thoughts that said you were forgotten, that your light had faded, that your best was behind you. But heaven does not forget. And the Lord has not buried your destiny. This is your awakening. This is your resurrection moment. You were never meant to stay in that place. The stone has been rolled away, and the voice of God is calling you out. I speak now to your spirit, the eternal part of you that cannot be caged, cannot be buried, cannot be silenced. They reported you missing because they didn't recognize the transformation. They couldn't see what heaven was doing in secret. They didn't see you being rebuilt in silence. But God says, I never lost you. I hid you. I covered you while I reshaped your purpose. While they mourned, I anointed. While they wept, I whispered new vision into your soul. You see, my child, there is power in the pause. There is purpose in the silence. Some of the most sacred things grow in hidden places. Some of the greatest callings are refined in obscurity. You felt left behind, but you were being prepared. You felt forgotten, but you were being focused. You felt buried, but heaven was planting you. And now, it is time to rise. The name they buried, it was not who you truly are. It was who they assumed you were. It was who you were before the fire, before the breaking, before the stripping. But now, you wear a name heaven calls blessed. Chosen. Anointed. Restored. Redeemed. You are not what was lost, you are what is being revealed. You are not missing, you are being remembered by eternity. The heavens are declaring your season aloud. Can you feel it? The shift in the air. the stirring inside your spirit. This isn't just a message, it's a resurrection. This is heaven interrupting your ordinary to release the extraordinary. Child, you are still alive. You are more alive now than ever before, because this time, you are rising in truth. You are rising in faith. You are rising as the person you were always meant to become. Even now, I am commanding the winds to change. I am rebuking the lies that said your time was over. I am tearing off the garments of grief, the voices of limitation, the chains of shame. The Lord did not bring you this far to leave you in the grave of false identities. No. This is your release. This is your deliverance. Heaven is restoring your voice, your vision, your vitality. It's time to wake up what the world tried to label as dead. Let them ask, who is buried under your name? Let them wonder, because they'll see with their own eyes what heaven already knows. You are not the same. You are not what they remember. You are not the version they tried to bury. The one they buried is gone, and in their place stands a vessel of glory, a warrior of light, a chosen one with fire in their bones. The Lord has renamed you in the courts of heaven. You've carried wounds that no one saw. You've smiled while bleeding inside. You've kept walking when your soul cried for rest. But the Father was there, collecting every tear, bottling every sigh, recording every prayer you whispered in the dark. You are not forgotten, child. You were seen. You were protected. And now, you are being released. I speak healing into your memories. I speak restoration over the years you lost. The people who left, the dreams that died, the prayers that felt unanswered, they were not wasted. God has not forgotten one seed of faith you planted. Nothing is lost in His hands. Even the pain is being redeemed. You are walking out of the tomb. Do you hear the sound? The gates are opening. The chains are falling. The angels are singing. You are not rising alone. Heaven is surrounding you, guiding you, covering you. You will not be the same after this moment. And those who questioned your silence will soon witness your awakening. I see angels assigned to your name. They are not attending a funeral, they are celebrating a rebirth. This is not the end, beloved. It's a new beginning. You've cried long enough. You've waited long enough. Now is the time to step into what was always yours. Grace is falling like rain. Breakthrough is breathing on your bones. You were never missing, you were maturing. And now you're being revealed. The old labels cannot follow you. The past cannot hold you. You are stepping into new robes, a new name, a new anointing. The Lord is rewriting your story with His own hand. He is opening doors that no man can shut. He is lifting the veil and revealing the glory within you. Let them say, "We thought they were gone." Let them say, "We buried that dream." Because soon, they will say, "We were wrong." They are alive. And they are shining brighter than ever. Beloved, you are not just alive, you are chosen to live with purpose. This is not the end of your journey. This is your rising. This is the miracle moment. The hour heaven had marked before you were born. Every battle you survived, every tear you shed, every prayer you held on to, it brought you here. Right here. To this divine turning point. And I, Archangel Michael, declare this with authority: you are not who the grave tried to claim. You are not who the silence tried to consume. You are heaven's miracle in motion. Walk forward. Stand tall. Take back what was stolen. Step over the names of shame and into the identity heaven calls you by. You have been wandering through valleys where the light seemed faint. There were nights you questioned your worth. Days where the silence screamed louder than any voice. You asked, "Have I been forgotten?" You whispered, "Does heaven still see me?" And child, the answer has always been yes. You were never out of sight. You were hidden in the hollow of His hand. Not abandoned, but preserved. Preserved for such a time as this. Heaven doesn't operate on man's schedule. You thought it was over, but I tell you now, this is the divine delay that protected you from premature exposure. You were not ready then, but you are being made ready now. The crushing didn't destroy you, it anointed you. The fire didn't burn you, it purified you. And now, the Father is calling your name, not the name given by man, but the name written in eternity. They buried you too soon. But the grave they dug could not hold the breath of God inside you. Even in silence, you were becoming something stronger. Your voice was not lost, it was being tuned to heaven's frequency. Your steps were not aimless, they were being ordered. Your tears were not wasted, they watered the soil of your future. You, child, were never truly missing. You were maturing in the Master's hands. So hear me when I say this: rise. Rise, not just in body, but in identity. Rise in the truth of who you are, not the labels, not the failures, not the expectations placed upon you. You are more than what they saw. More than what they said. You are more than the last chapter written by someone else's pen. God is writing again, and this time, He is using your scars as ink. He is writing redemption across every page of your life. You feel it now, don't you? The stirring. That's resurrection. That's the breath of the Spirit hovering over dry places. That's the sound of bones coming back together, of dreams being recalled to life. What was declared dead is rising. What was buried in shame is being crowned with glory. What was hidden is being honored. Heaven does not forget its promises. There is someone buried under your name, but that someone is not you. That is the you who tried to please everyone. That is the you who settled for less. That is the you who stayed quiet when your spirit wanted to roar. But that version of you has been buried, and in its place, a warrior rises. A vessel of glory. A voice for your generation. You are not rising timidly, you are rising in fire. The enemy thought the tomb was sealed. He thought the silence would swallow you. He thought the shame would sink you. But the King stepped into your grave, and now the grave is empty. The Father Himself has breathed again into your lungs, and the Spirit has whispered, "Come forth." Like Lazarus, your spirit is standing now. Like Esther, you were born for such a time. Like Joseph, the prison is behind you and the palace is before you. You are stepping into your appointed hour. The heavens have not miscounted you. You are not the forgotten sheep. You are not the overlooked one. You are the miracle walking into fulfillment. Child, I urge you, stop rehearsing what was lost. Stop revisiting the tomb. You are no longer there. The burial clothes don't fit anymore. The sadness, the regret, the questions, they're being replaced by clarity, by hope, by divine authority. You are not defined by what they did or didn't do. You are defined by who sent you. Your name has been rewritten in glory. It echoes through heaven's courts. And even now, angels are being dispatched to places where your name was once mourned. Where curses were spoken, blessings will now arise. Where your reputation was ruined, your testimony will now shake the earth. This is not just recovery, this is resurrection. This is recompense. This is the moment where everything that broke you begins to bless you. You will no longer respond to the old identity. When people call you by who you used to be, you won't answer. Because that person is gone. What rises now is clothed in righteousness, in divine light, in heavenly purpose. You are stepping into alignment with the Father's design. And no man, no demon, no memory has the power to send you back. Let the world be confused by your rising. Let them say, "We thought they were done." Let them wonder, didn't we bury them with our words? Didn't we silence them with shame? And let heaven respond, "Behold, this is my beloved, in whom I am well pleased." I never left them. I was writing a new ending. And now, it is time to reveal the masterpiece. Child, the battle that almost broke you has only built you. You are stronger now. Wiser now. Closer to heaven's heart. And what's coming will make sense of what tried to destroy you. There is beauty that only broken things can carry. There is oil that only flows from crushed vessels. You are that vessel now, radiant with holy fire. The Father has prepared a table for you, right in the presence of those who never believed. Those who left, those who lied, those who laughed, He will anoint your head with oil and fill your cup until it overflows. Because that's what resurrection looks like. It's not just coming back, it's coming back better, bolder, blessed. The false funeral they held in your name, it will be a footnote. Because what's ahead of you is far greater than what was buried behind you. I see books with your story. I see chains being broken by your voice. I see healing flowing through your hands. You are not just restored, you are repurposed. You are not just surviving, you are sent. And the world is not ready for what heaven has been shaping in you. My beloved, take this moment and plant it in your heart. Mark it as the hour heaven reminded you, you are not gone. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are not the one buried beneath shame or silence. You are the risen one, the living one, the chosen one. And your time is now. Breathe. Inhale the new season. Exhale the old lies. Step into the light, child. Walk with purpose. You don't have to explain your resurrection. Just live it. Just carry the glory. Just obey the one who called you out. Every step you take from this moment forward is holy. You're not just walking, you're marching into fulfillment. And now I leave you with this final word. Heaven has not forgotten your name. The one who formed you in your mother's womb is still writing your story. What was buried is not your ending, it was the seed of something eternal. Now watch it bloom. If you receive this word, my child, declare it, Amen. Let the heavens hear your agreement. Let your spirit awaken in alignment. Share this light with those still trapped in darkness. Speak life where death once ruled. And never stop seeking the one who calls you by your true name. For I am with you, always. And we, heaven's host, are still walking beside you. Every day, every step, every breath. You are never alone. My child, the winds of the Spirit are shifting again. What you once called delay was never delay, it was divine alignment. You see through the lens of time, but heaven operates in eternity. The Father was never late, and you were never missing. You were hidden, set apart, shielded by divine design until the fullness of time had come. And now that time is unfolding. The veil is being lifted. The disguise of defeat is being torn away. You are not what you thought you were in your lowest moments. You are not the sum of your mistakes. You are not the lost one or the forgotten seed. You are the evidence that God never lets His word return void. You were prophesied long before you were born. Heaven knew your name when the world only saw your shame. The enemy tried to confuse your identity by burying you under lies, but I come to uncover the truth buried beneath the pain. You are not just living, you are becoming. You are becoming the very answer to prayers prayed generations before you. You are the fulfillment of promises made in hidden places. You are the storm breaker, the chain destroyer, the voice heaven ordained for such a time as this. There is a reason the pressure was so great. There is a reason the warfare surrounded your name. The enemy does not attack the irrelevant. He feared your awakening. He feared your resurrection. He feared the moment your spirit would remember who you really are. Because once you awaken to the truth, you become unstoppable. Not because of your strength, but because of the one who lives within you. The Lord of hosts did not call you to survive, He called you to shift atmospheres. He did not call you to blend in, He called you to break cycles. He did not allow the grave to hold you, because your calling was never meant to die. It was planted like a seed, watered by your tears, and now it is bursting forth through the soil of surrender. Yes, even your pain had purpose. Even your silence had sound in the ears of heaven. When you whispered, "Help me," angels moved. When you said, "I can't take this anymore," heaven responded with fresh strength. You didn't feel it because it didn't come like you expected. It came in stillness. It came in the form of preservation. You were being carried, not because you were weak, but because the journey required protection beyond your understanding. You're not buried. You're being revealed. That which was hidden in obscurity is being released in clarity. God is not just pulling you out, He's pulling you up. Higher thoughts. Higher ways. Higher identity. The world around you may still see the outer layer, the tired face, the broken past, but heaven sees the fire in your eyes, the royalty in your spirit, the weight of divine authority resting on your shoulders. You're rising, and the earth can feel it. Creation groans in expectation, because what heaven has deposited in you must come forth. The time for hiding is over. The season of questioning has ended. You are not here to seek man's validation. You are here to manifest heaven's intention. The ones who questioned your value will witness your commissioning. The ones who tried to bury you will see the bloom they cannot stop. Because when God speaks a name, no grave can hold it. You've been walking through places that felt like silence. Praying prayers that felt unanswered. Waiting for signs that never seemed to arrive. But now I tell you, the signs were in your survival. The answers were in your persistence. You did not quit. You kept standing when everything inside you wanted to collapse. You kept loving when betrayal cut deep. You kept moving even when your feet were heavy with sorrow. That is victory. That is faith. That is the kind of trust that shakes heaven. And now, because of that faith, doors that were once locked are opening. Paths that were hidden are being revealed. Where there was fog, there will be clarity. Where there was mourning, there will be dancing. This is not the end, it's the unveiling. The curtain is being pulled back, and what is being revealed is not just your potential, but your purpose. Heaven is restoring what the years tried to strip away. The lost confidence, the faded dreams, the parts of you that shrank to make others comfortable, those are being resurrected. You will speak again, and your words will carry weight. You will dream again, and those dreams will become strategies. You will walk again, not with a limp of shame, but with the stride of someone who has seen the grave and still risen. Child, this moment is sacred. The Father has waited for your agreement. He has waited for you to say yes, not to a religion, but to your true identity. Say yes, and you will begin to see with new eyes. You will walk through the same rooms and see different opportunities. You will encounter the same people but respond with divine insight. You are not who you were yesterday. You are evolving with every breath. The chains are breaking, not with noise, but with knowledge. You're realizing who you are. You're waking up to the truth that you were always meant to carry light. Not just for yourself, but for others. You are a lighthouse in the storm. A voice in the wilderness. A refuge for the weary. And even though your own heart has been weary, it has remained willing. That willingness is what heaven honors. That small mustard seed of faith you held onto in the darkest nights, it has moved mountains you haven't even seen fall yet. But soon you will. Soon, the things that once blocked your way will crumble. The relationships that drained you will dissolve. The burdens you once carried alone will be lifted. And in their place, peace will settle. Joy will overflow. Divine connections will form around you. Not because of your doing, but because of your becoming. Child, your resurrection is not just for you. It is for the generations tied to your voice. It is for the strangers who will find freedom through your transparency. It is for the ones who are still buried, waiting to hear the sound of another who got up. You are that sound. You are that sign. You are that miracle walking. Let no one silence what heaven has commissioned. Let no fear shrink what God is expanding. Let no past mistake disqualify what the cross already redeemed. You are not who you were in the tomb. You are who you've become through the transformation. And even now, the earth makes room for your arrival. Even now, heaven rejoices over your awakening. And so I speak this final revelation into your spirit, my child. What was dead has risen. What was broken is mended. What was missing has been found. You were never lost. You were being led. And now, you are being released. Walk forward with fire in your bones and confidence in your soul. You were not buried. You were planted. And now, you bloom. The false funeral is over. The new life has begun. The name written in heaven still stands. And it's yours. If this message has touched the hidden places of your soul, receive it in fullness. Let it echo through every place that once felt abandoned. Declare Amen, and let heaven witness your agreement. Share this light with those still in the dark. Lift your voice not in defense of your past, but in proclamation of your future. And never stop walking with the one who called you forth. For I, Archangel Michael, am with you still. And I will not leave your side. You must understand, beloved, that heaven never misplaces its own. Even when you felt invisible to the world, even when you cried into pillows that no one saw and sat in rooms full of people yet felt unseen, you were never outside the gaze of the Almighty. His eye was on you even in the silence. You were being hidden, not ignored. You were being preserved, not punished. And now, as the layers of sorrow are peeled away, what remains is the gold refined in fire. You are stronger than you know. Not because of how much you've endured, but because of how much you've surrendered. Your surrender has become a weapon. Your obedience has become an offering. And that offering has reached the throne of grace. Even now, the heavens respond. The sound of your name has not been erased, it has been amplified in heaven's registry. The pain that threatened to cancel your purpose has only carved out a deeper well within you. A well from which healing will pour, not just for yourself, but for others. And you, child, will not only walk out of this darkness, you will lead others through it. The grave that tried to silence your destiny will become the stage where resurrection is proclaimed. The tomb that once confined you will become a testimony that no weapon formed against you could prosper. You were buried under lies, under doubt, under the labels others gave you, but heaven never accepted those names. The Lord calls you chosen, called, anointed, appointed. And in this very moment, I come to remind you of the true name written over your life. There is a holy stirring happening in the unseen. Chains are breaking, not because of your strength, but because you finally stopped trying to fix everything on your own. You laid it down. You whispered, God, I can't do this without you, and heaven roared in response. That whisper was not weakness, it was power wrapped in humility. It was the very posture that invited divine intervention. And now, where there was striving, there will be strategy. Where there was confusion, there will be clarity. You will not repeat the same cycles again. The patterns of pain, the relational traps, the inner battles, they are breaking even now. For the Spirit of the Lord goes before you and rearranges what man said was permanent. God is rewriting what you thought was your ending and turning it into your launching point. You are stepping into a season where your discernment will sharpen. You will see beyond what is said and perceive what is sent. You will no longer be deceived by empty promises or performative love. The Spirit will quicken you when something is off, and you will trust that nudge. This is how heaven protects its messengers. You are not just a survivor, you are a carrier of holy fire. And that fire will illuminate what was once hidden in shadows. It will expose false connections and draw in divine ones. There is no need to force what God is already forming. There is no need to chase what heaven has not ordained. Everything you need will find you in the presence of God. For where He is, there is no lack. Where He leads, there is no confusion. You may not have understood why certain people had to leave. You questioned the disconnection, the silence, the betrayal. But beloved, heaven saw what you couldn't. God removed what you were too loyal to walk away from. It wasn't punishment, it was protection. Some were only assigned to your past, not your future. They couldn't walk where you are going because they were tied to the version of you that no longer exists. Let go of what you thought you needed. What is ahead is far greater than what is behind. There is a divine acceleration coming to your life. A quickening. What took years before will take months now. What felt stagnant will now flow. And not because of coincidence, but because of covenant. The promises over your life are being honored. Your nights of isolation birthed intercession. Your prayers and brokenness became seeds in the ground. And now the harvest begins. Expect divine appointments. Expect sudden clarity. Expect favor where there once was resistance. Not because you earned it, but because God is good. Because His mercy is endless. Because He never gave up on you. And now, my child, neither will you. You will rise, not for performance but for purpose. You will rise, not to prove them wrong, but to prove God right. You will rise, not in your name, but in His. The name that causes darkness to tremble. The name that calls dead things to life. The name that was spoken over you when your heart couldn't speak for itself, Jesus. And through Him, you live. Through Him, you rise. Through Him, you are made whole. So come forth. Do not linger in the shadows any longer. Do not question if this message is for you. It is. It was. It always has been. From the moment you felt like giving up, heaven marked this moment. From the day you whispered, "I can't keep living like this," angels were dispatched to war for you. You are the one who survived what should have taken you out. You are the one who kept believing when the evidence didn't match the promise. You are the one who still prays, still hopes, still loves, even with a trembling heart. That is what makes you dangerous to the enemy. That is what makes you precious to God. You never stopped being His. And now He is calling you out, not in anger, but in glory. Beloved, you are walking out of the false grave and into divine glory. The story isn't over, it's just beginning. You are not buried. You were hidden in Him. And now the unveiling begins. Walk in it. Speak with boldness. Live with expectancy. For the Lord your God goes with you, and no weapon formed against you shall prosper. And now, beloved child, I draw you near to hear the closing sound of heaven's breath over your life. You who were counted out, misnamed, and misjudged, you are being renamed, not by man, but by the one who formed you. You are no longer forgotten, you are favored. You are no longer missing, you are marked. You are no longer a wandering soul, you are a chosen vessel, a resting place of divine fire. I did not bring you this far to abandon you. I did not allow the storms to hit you so they could destroy you. I allowed them so they could build you. The winds did not come to take you down, they came to carry you into position. You are not a mistake. You are not late. You are not less than what I called you. You are exactly where I need you to be for what is about to be released through you. You didn't miss your moment, it was waiting for the real you to rise. Let the weight of those words settle deep. Let them sink into the places that have been trembling. You don't have to strive anymore. You don't have to keep proving that you're enough. Heaven already decided that you are. I already chose you before the world did or didn't. You don't need permission from man to carry what I placed in your spirit. You don't need validation to be valuable. You only need to believe what I have already spoken. And I have spoken over you, again and again. In your dreams, in the whisper of your conscience, in the divine interruptions you called coincidence. I was always there, guiding you, guarding you, growing you. Even in your rebellion, I remained. Even in your distance, I pursued. And now, as you stand on the edge of everything I promised, I ask you not to shrink back. Not to hide again in old habits or wrap yourself again in the grave clothes of fear. Step forward as who you really are. Bold. Covered. Loved. Empowered. Called. Because the world needs you, not just as a name or a face, but as a vessel of heaven. There are people attached to your obedience. Lives that will change because you said yes. You may not know their names yet, but heaven does. And when you speak, chains will break. When you love, walls will fall. When you show up, atmospheres will shift. You are not ordinary. That is why your journey was never easy. The oil on your life came through pressing, but now that oil will flow without resistance. You won't have to force open doors, they will open as you walk. You won't have to chase opportunities, they will seek you. Because this is what happens when you walk in alignment with divine identity. The earth responds to sons and daughters who know who they are. You've already died 1,000 deaths in the spirit. Deaths to people-pleasing. Deaths to insecurity. Deaths to every version of you that was shaped by pain instead of purpose. And what remains now is pure. What remains is ready. You are not who you were last year, last season, or even last night. The shift happened inside you. Quietly. Without applause. Without recognition. But all of heaven saw it. And I celebrate it now. I affirm it now. You passed the tests no one else saw. You forgave when no one knew the weight. You waited in faith while others moved in fear. And now I tell you, it's your time. Not because you earned it, but because you endured it. You endured the crushing, and now comes the crowning. I crown you not with man-made glory, but with divine grace. I clothe you not with performance, but with power. Amen.